When Sean O'Malley tapped out to a north-south choke at UFC 316, it wasn't just another submission victory. It was the moment Merab Dvalishvili carved his name into bantamweight history with his first-ever UFC submission, silencing critics who claimed he couldn't finish fights. But here's what's really got the MMA world buzzing. Some are calling the machine the greatest bantamweight of all time, and the controversy is tearing the division apart. The numbers don't lie, and they're absolutely terrifying for anyone stepping into the octagon with this Georgian destroyer. 13 straight wins. That's not just a winning streak, that's the longest in bantamweight history, and it's built on the broken dreams of former champions and top contenders. Merab doesn't just beat opponents, he drowns them in an ocean of relentless pressure that would make a tidal wave jealous. His cardio isn't human, it's something forged in the mountains of Georgia, and perfected through years of punishment that would break ordinary fighters. What makes Merab truly special isn't just his ability to push an inhuman pace for 25 minutes straight. It's how he systematically dismantles the will of elite fighters who've conquered everyone else. Henry Cejudo, the Olympic gold medalist and former two-division champion, couldn't handle the pressure. Jose Aldo, one of the greatest featherweight champions ever, got overwhelmed. Petr Yan, the technical striking machine, found himself outworked. These weren't just victories, they were statements that the bantamweight division had a new sheriff in town. But it was his two fights with Sean O'Malley that truly revealed the monster Merab had become. The first encounter at UFC 306 was a masterclass in neutralizing a dangerous striker. O'Malley came in as the flashy knockout artist champion with millions of fans believing in his power. Merab turned him into a wrestler who couldn't wrestle, a striker who couldn't strike. 6 takedowns, over 10 minutes of control time, and a unanimous decision that wasn't even close. The rematch was supposed to be different. O'Malley had months to prepare, claimed he felt the best he'd ever felt, and promised he'd learned from his mistakes. Instead, UFC 316 became an even more brutal demonstration of Merab's evolution. While O'Malley did defend some takedowns early, the relentless attacks never stopped coming. Round after round, takedown attempt after takedown attempt, until the former champion's defense crumbled like a house of cards. Then came the moment that shocked everyone. Merab locked in a north-south choke and forced the tap. O'Malley's post-fight words said everything. Merab is a motherfucker. Coming from one of the sport's biggest stars, that's not just respect, that's surrender. The aftermath has sparked the most heated debate in bantamweight history. UFC commentator John Anik dropped a bombshell when he declared Merab the greatest bantamweight of all time, and he wasn't just being dramatic. Anik pointed to something that can't be argued. Merab left a murderer's row of champions in his wake before he even fought for the title. When you beat that many former champions and top contenders before getting your shot, then dominate in your title fights, the resume speaks for itself. What makes this debate even more intense is how Merab's style completely contradicts what people expect from a champion. He's not hunting for highlight reel knockouts or spectacular submissions. Instead, he's perfected the art of breaking opponents mentally through sheer physical dominance. Fighters step into the cage knowing exactly what's coming. An endless storm of takedowns, pressure, and cardio that would make an Ironman triathlete quit. Yet knowing what's coming doesn't help them stop it. And that's what makes Merab truly terrifying. While the GOAT debate rages on, Dana White has already moved forward with the next challenge. Cory Sandhagen is officially next in line, and this might be the most dangerous test of Merab's reign. Sandman brings elite striking, improved takedown defense, and the kind of length and movement that could theoretically give Merab problems. Sandhagen has been knocking on the door of a title shot for years, and his recent destruction of former flyweight champion Deiveson Figueiredo proved he's ready for the biggest stage. The Sandhagen fight represents everything that makes this sport unpredictable. On paper, it's elite striking versus relentless wrestling, technical precision versus overwhelming pressure. Sandhagen has the tools to potentially solve the Merab puzzle. If anyone can use footwork and distance management to neutralize the takedowns, it's him. But here's the terrifying reality for Sandman and every other contender watching. Knowing what Merab does and actually stopping it are two completely different things. Behind Sandhagen lurks a division full of dangerous contenders, all eyeing their shot at dethroning the champion. Umar Nurmagomedov, despite losing his title shot in January, showed enough in defeat to earn consideration for a rematch. The Nurmagomedov name still carries weight in this sport. and Umar's grappling credentials, combined with improved striking, make him a perpetual threat. Petroyan has worked his way back into contention after his previous loss to Merab, proving that elite fighters don't stay down long in this division. What's truly scary for the entire bantamweight division is Merab's relentless ambition. While most champions talk about fighting twice a year, the machine wants to compete 2 more times in 2025. He's already defended his title twice in 6 months, a pace that would break most fighters. This isn't just about staying active. It's about a champion who genuinely loves the competition and wants to prove his dominance against everyone who thinks they can challenge him. The evolution of Merab from his early UFC struggles to undisputed champion reads like a movie script. Those early losses to Frankie Sayence and Ricky Simon now seem like ancient history from a different fighter entirely. The Merab who lost those fights was talented but raw. The current version is a refined destroyer who's learned to blend his wrestling base with improved striking and an unbreakable mental approach that turns fights into endurance contests. He always wins. The real question facing the bantamweight division isn't whether Merab can be beaten. Every fighter can lose on any given night. The question is whether anyone in the current landscape has the specific combination of skills, conditioning, and mental toughness to match what the machine brings to every fight. His pressure isn't just physical, it's psychological warfare that starts in the training camp and doesn't end until the final bell. Looking at the bigger picture, Merab represents something unique in modern MMA. While flashy strikers and submission artists grab headlines, he's proven that old-school wrestling combined with superhuman conditioning can still dominate the highest levels of the sport. His success is a reminder that fundamentals never go out of style, and that sometimes the most straightforward game plan executed flawlessly beats the most creative techniques. As we look toward the future of the bantamweight division, one thing is crystal clear. Merab Dvalishvili has fundamentally changed what it means to be champion at 135 pounds. Whether he's already the greatest bantamweight ever or just getting started on his path to undisputed GOAT status, the machine has created a blueprint for dominance that will influence fighters for generations to come. The question isn't whether he'll face tougher challenges. They're coming. The question is whether anyone can solve a puzzle that seems to get more complex with every victory.